guys, how's it going? I'm back here with another video on How channel, and today we're going to be looking at how to blur video. But I just want to remind you, please, if you could, like, share, and subscribe to this video. It helps the channel grow. And now here I got a video of some fall colors, and we'll just scrub along here, just some nice trees and fall. But if you want to have a blur effect, what you have to do is you have to go up here to Effects, to the search bar, and just type in blur. And here you have different types of blurs. I'm going to choose the Gaussian blur. So you just left click on Gaussian blur, drag that over to your fall colors on the timeline and let go. And there you go. So then you can come up here to the left part of your screen where it says Effects Control. Click on that. And in Effects Control, you have all your different effects, including what you just put in here, the Gaussian blur. So if you just scrub the timeline right now, there is no blurring going on here. But if you would go to the blurriness and change the values from 0 and just scrub back and forth, you can see how your video then becomes more blurry or less blurry, depending on how you change your values. Okay, so we're back to 0 here. But let's say you want to come in and you want to fade up from black. So we'll just go here to the line till we get our red arrow, right click, apply default transitions. And all that does is it brings it up from black. So it brings it up from black. There you go. Very nice. We're going to let it go for a little bit. And then let's say we want to start the blur at about this point. So what we do is we go here to the effects control where it says blurriness. We have our 0 value, and we just hit the stopwatch, which means it's going to be still at that same value at that point. And then we're just going to scrub over to where we want the blurriness to begin. So I'm just going to drag it just a little bit here, say, okay, that's about good enough. And where I do that, I put in a keyframe right there. And what do I want the blurriness to look like at this keyframe? Do I want it to be very blurry, or just a bit blurry, or not blurry at all? Well, I want it to be just kind of maybe halfway in there. So you can just kind of see that they're trees with leaves, but you can't see any detail. So then I'm just going to do that. We'll bring it back here, press play, fades up from black, and slowly becomes blurry. And there you go. Now at the end, if you want, you can stop it and say, okay, this is the point here where I want it to come back from blurry and to become crisp and clear again. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to put in another keyframe. Here we're in the effects control panel. We press the little icon there for adding or removing keyframe. We're going to add one. There it is. It shows up right there. So that's the point where we want the blurriness to start fading and going back to clarity. So where do we want that to end up? Well, we'll maybe just drag a little bit along, and then we'll put another keyframe in there and say by that point in time, we want it to be back to its original. So we're just going to hit this icon here, which says reset parameter, and that's going to take us, as you see, back to 0. And here we are here. And then just to end it off at the end, I'll put in this red arrow again here, which allows us to do an apply default transition. So we're going to go like that. Now let's take a look at the whole thing. Comes up from black, and there you go. It slowly starts to blur, and you can put things over this, of course, texts or letters. And then at the end, comes back to, oh, now if you look at that, it happened a little too fast, didn't it? It's just like it just got clear, and then right away it went to black. And I don't like that. I'd like to change that up. So instead of just scrubbing it and starting all over again, what you can do is you can just go up here to your keyframes and you can move them. So I'm going to move this one over this way. I'm going to move this one over this way. And let's take a look at how that looks. So here we go. Here's our blurriness at the end, and it gets clear. Oh, still, I think I would like to do it just a little bit longer at the end there. It's just not giving me enough time for the clarity that I want to see. So here we go to the end, and it's all blurry right now. We press play, and it gets clear, stays clear for a bit, and then to black. So there we go. We'll take a look at it one more time. Comes up from black. It's clear, then it gets a little bit blurry. You can do whatever you want during this blurry time here, then it gets clear again and fades to black. And it's just that simple. Hey, thanks for joining me on this episode of How Channel. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.